Yeah, nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. Now, of course, you play the lead in this movie here. What is it like going from, like, we saw you in The Longest Ride, now you're starring lead role, Ben-Hur. What is that like for you?
It's amazing. I feel very honored to be a part of this movie. This is a movie that I was passionate about from the moment I read it, because we weren't remaking the '59 version, which is something I hold very dear, that version. I saw that film when I was a kid, and I loved it. And I read this and I said, oh great, this is a completely reimagined Ben-Hur. This is a different character, this is a different story, this has a different message, and I felt that this is very much a movie of our time, of our period. It's very relevant.
Now, what are some of the big things, since it is kind of a reimagined one, are there like major changes that audiences are going to be seeing in this one?
Well, other than the message itself, whereas the '59 version was much more of a revenge story, Jack Huston, who was such a man's man, he did that so well. This is much more about the unlikely hero, someone who's flung into something completely out of sorts, out of his element, and how one managed to survive, and at the very end of it, what we think is important, those revenge, that actually it's love that wins out overall, it's hope, it's forgiveness, it's redemption, and I thought that was very important.
Now, you have a lot of really intense scenes in this film, especially on the boat, the chariot scene at the end. Which one of those was more intense for you to film?
Well, the boat I lost 30 pounds for, so that was pretty intense getting into shape for, and it was, you know, in a very tight space with many men in loincloths. It was tough, but the chariot scene was it's very dangerous, you know, so we wanted to do everything, so every time you see us on those chariots, that's us up there, so that was amazing.
And my last question was, in an actual race between you and your co-star, Toby Kebbell, who would win for real?
God, but we were on horseback, I think I probably would, but I don't know. On chariots, that was because I've ridden all my life. But on chariots, Toby was very good as well. We had a really, that's what I liked about the movie, is there was no real winner either, you know what I mean? Like, even though Judah does cross the finish line, you know, Masala makes the decision not to kill his brother almost in that race. So we sort of, it would be an interesting race. We'll have to do it one day.
Absolutely, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.